Hello everyone, welcome back to Crochet Rocks. My name's Tracy and this is part 3 of my Willow Square blanket crochet-along, and for this tutorial I'm going to show you one method of sewing, well not sewing, of joining your squares together, and I do this with a crochet hook. This is kind of the method that I've always used to join my granny squares, unless I don't want a ridge. Sometimes I want it to look flat, and then I will whip stitch or go into the back loops and whip stitch if I don't want it visible. So, but this particular method does leave a ridge. It's slightly different from other people, the way I've seen other people do it, but I quite like the effect. So I'm going to show you that one. I'm going to show you a couple of methods to join your squares, so you don't have to do it this way if you don't like it. The way I join mine, I will join them in this kind of way, and around about here this method leaves a small diamond shaped hole, not as big as that, but it does leave a diamond shaped hole. If you don't like that, you can close it. There's no reason whatsoever why you can't. Now I'm going to leave a very generous tail because there's nothing worse than this coming unraveled and having to do a repair. So I'm going to make a slip knot in my white yarn, and I'm going to join these two together by crocheting. Now just now I tried to film this and my gimbal fell over, so I'm hoping that I'm not going to do that this time. So as you're looking at they've got to face upwards, like they face the right way. You want the center of your 3 corner stitches. So you want that one and the corresponding side of this one. So you go through both loops of each stitch like that, and I'm going to grab this slip knot that I've just made and pull it through. Now, it's going to be a very odd angle for me to do this, and I can't move too much or it's going to like fall over. So this will get rid of that end out of the way if we can, so it doesn't confuse us, and that will have to be really securely sewn in at the end, because otherwise they will unravel, which is no fun. I'm going to pull out some yarn, and what I do when I join mine is I'll go into the next stitch on both. So remember, both right sides are facing up, and I'll go into the next stitch and I yarn over, pull it through all the loops, which is really an odd angle for me, so it's not coming through easy, and I go through the loop that's on my hook, and this will be an easier one I hope, and I do that again in every corresponding set of stitches. I get the same one on the opposing square and pull it through and pull it through that one. So I'm slip stitching mine together. Now normally when I see people do this, they will do it as a double crochet in the UK, or a single crochet in US, like that. But I don't actually like that method that much. It leaves too much of a raised bump for me. Let's get that loop open a bit more. I just like to slip stitch mine together, and I'll do a few more for you, and make sure you go into the right corresponding stitch. I'll pull it up and you can see it leaves this kind of bump, this bumpy ridge, and I really like that. I think that looks really nice, that bumpy ridge. So I just do that all the way along. The only thing I will say that is a drawback to joining in this way is you get an awful lot of ends to sew in, because you'll have this one, the corresponding edge, the other, at the other end, and then each start and each finish. Because I have in the past made it where I'll go all the way along and then I'll just join this one and go down there, but you get a curve which doesn't look right at all. So now I always end off and start a new one. So if you don't want that, if you don't want to do all these ends It does look really nice, really effective, but I can understand it if sewing ends is not your bag and you don't want to do it that way. But I really like the effect that you get with this raised edge. It really sets the blanket off nicely. So that's one way that I join mine. I always start at the middle stitch and I end at that middle stitch. Again, I'll start this one with another purple one or whatever colours you're making, and I will start both middle stitches and go along. And that's all there is to it. But you really do have to be careful when you're securing your ends that they will never come out and unravel. But I hope you like that. I think it's really effective. I really like this. I've always joined my granny squares that way. So thank you so much for watching. If I could ask you please to hit that subscribe button down here somewhere and the notification bell, and you'll be informed when there are new videos. And I'm sorry if I keep shaking the camera, but I'm on an unstable surface for this tutorial. So this is part 3 of the KAL. I'll upload part 4, which will just be alternative ways to join your squares. But I don't know whether you've made all of your squares yet. I know some people have messaged me that they're still going through them. But this video is here for when you want to join it, and the other ones that I'm going to film also, you can decide on what method you want. You may have a method that you prefer, that you always use, and that's perfectly fine. Just as however many squares you want to make, however big you want this blanket to be, is fine. I'm making this particular one for a cot, for a child, like a crib. Like a toddler's crib, not like a baby crib. And my other one, which I've made with the Poundland variegated yarn, that's going to be huge. So it's going to take me quite a long time because of all the other projects and things that I'm doing. So thanks so much for watching, and like I said, hit that subscribe button, and if you could please like and share this video, help me grow this channel, because I'm really enjoying bringing all this content to you. So thanks so much, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye for